Okay, we will start myself first. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. And go ahead with the shloka recitation. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेता यश्रेयः स्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम् न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन्नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे भोगैश्वर्यप्रसक्तानां तया परितचेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहम् इति मन्यते एवं परम्परा प्राप्तम् इमं राजर्षयो विदुः सकालिनेह महता योगो नष्टः परन्तप परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नयति मामेति सुअर्जुन तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्षयन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुध भोक्तारां यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं अभयं ददाति
मंदिर के साथ बाहर ही उसकी जगह पर
वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So why those devotees who are coming offline are now coming online? Yes, Amrish Pranpru, क्या हो
I
गया?
have counseling meeting at home today. I have counseling meeting at home today. So
So you are going to attend counselor meeting or class?
no. Cooking is to be being done and setup is being done at home. So I have to be at least physically present. So evening meeting is at 5 p.m. So we are hosting it. It's at our home today.
Okay.
Yeah.
थोड़ा आवाज कम करो. Okay, Hare Krishna. So we again inspire devotees to come offline in more in number than online. So we are reading the section in the fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita where attaining liberation by the focusing on Supreme. Hmm? So yesterday we did almost 10 shlokas. So once more we'll go through them, seeing the Acharya's purport to understand little more deep understanding about that. So first of all, I will just show you this. So we remember this chart. This is Niskam Karma Yoga, correct? And Antakarana Suddhi. So first we will understand this, then we will go back to our verses which we did yesterday and understand more. So Niskam Karma Yoga, doing our duty, detached from the result of our duties, and offering the result to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That it can be done in the form of Brahman or Paramatma or Bhagwan, whatever understanding one has. Now, Atma Suddhaye was the purpose of Niskam Karma Yoga. Atma Suddhaye. Atma Suddhaye means free from avidya. One understand I am Atma. Atma Suddhaye. So free from those avidyas which are blocking our understanding that I am the soul. So that is Atma Suddhaye, Antakarana Shuddhi. So what is the first achievement we want to attain in Antakarana Suddhi? Surely there are achievements like clearance of anarthas, but achievement will be I am Atma. You come to know. So then in this stage, what happens that mode of goodness is prominent. Full passion and ignorance has not gone away. It is still there. It has to go away through Gyan Sadhana, as we are seeing here. So full passion and ignorance has not gone away, but still he is able to understand I am Atma through Antakarana Suddhi. And then by doing Gyan Sadhana, so let us go and understand more. By doing Gyan Sadhana, what it happens. So this Gyan Sadhana, or this is 13 to 18 chapter, which I showed last time also. So initially the karmi will come in contact with the jnani. This karmi is with avidya and karma. So basically avidya and karma, we are hearing that Jiva Atma is covered with avidya and karma. And subtle and gross body again. First he does Niskam Karma Yoga along with little bhakti. Karma is coming in contact with jnani, do Niskam Karma Yoga. In Niskam Karma Yoga one has to do karma but not desire the fruits of that karma. In addition, tolerate happiness and distress that come in course of doing karma. So matra sparsastu kaunteya, we saw that. Or yesterday also we saw that one should not become too much happy. when a good result comes, and when too much distressed when bad result comes. So he has to tolerate happiness and distress that are coming in course of doing karma. Happiness and distress are formed in the mind. If you observe the activities of Niskam Karma Yoga, you will understand many things. When you do your particular dharma of Brahmana, Kshatriya or household, housewife, you must tolerate the happiness and distress that come in the course of doing your dharma. Your work should not be stopped because of distress, nor because of excessive happiness. In this way, you must perform your dharma continuously. Also, not getting affected by the result, that means not getting overjoyed when good results come or depressed when bad results come. So, here what is said, don't become affected by any kind of duality when you do your karma or dharma. And here it is said, don't become too much elated when good results come. Okay? So, here while doing work, some problem is coming, and after doing work, some results are coming, so don't get affected. So, these both things are mentioned. So, neither you should consider yourself to be doer and don't consider yourself to be doer. You must think that Prakriti, it is a Prakriti who is doing everything. So, we are seeing yesterday also in 5th chapter, that same thing, that one does not identify with the activity, that he is the doer, but he thinks that material nature is the doer, she is doing all the activities according to my desires. By practicing this Niskam Karma Yoga like this, gradually avidya is removed and replaced by vidya. The final result of Niskam Karma Yoga is that Niskam Karma Yogi has no attachment whatsoever to the result of any activity he performs. Also, he performs his dharma under all circumstances, regardless of happiness or distress. By this, the Sattva-guna increases and his avidya is removed, and now he is covered by vidya. By that, he realizes he is a Atma. So, what has happened by doing Niskam Karma Yoga? Sattva-guna has increased, avidya has gone down. It's not fully finished, abhi, pura khatam nahi hua hai. It has gone down. And then he has come to know, I am Atma. He has realized that he is Atma. Okay? So this is the first stage, that is called Tam Padartha Jnanam. This is from Sandarbha. This stage, avidya is still fully not gone, but mode of goodness is quite prominent. Okay? And his Suddhi, so mode of passion and ignorance has decreased to great extent, not fully gone away, but it has decreased to great extent. Now, Tat Padartha Jnana, what is that? This part. He has to come to this part, Tat Padartha Jnanam. So, this part is Jnana Sadhana. Okay, what is that? One who successfully completes Niskam Karma Yoga is covered by Vidya and gives up karma. So, here he gives up karma. Okay? He leaves his wife, children, home, family, but to overcome the attachment he has for them in his heart, now he approaches the Jnani Guru and studies the Upanishad being submissive to him. Tadvidhi pranipatena. So we saw last chapter. Along with this, he also practices Jnana Sadhana such as Amanitvam, Adambitvam. This is going to come in 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So there are 20 items of knowledge. So he practices these qualities along with reading the Shastra Upanishad. He cleanses his mind by the practice of Jnana Sadhana. He increases his Vidya. So already Vidya he had attained, but now he is to increase his Vidya more. For what purpose we will see. So with his Vidya or mode of goodness increase, which enables him to acquire Yatarth Jnanam in the Upanishad regarding Brahman. First he knew that I am Atma. Now he is looking for what is the Brahman. Brahman is what? First I knew about myself. Okay, I am Atma. I have got understanding. Then what is now Brahman? Now what happens in Brahman? He will not be victim of lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, envy. That means his chittam, mind and intelligence all will become purified of mode of passion and ignorance. Okay? So it was still there. Even though he realized he is Atma, but still he was having passion and ignorance. Among Jnana sadhanas, what are the things? Amanitvam, Adambitvam, these are there, ahimsa, Here bhakti is also there. Note that bhakti is also included in Gyan Sadhana. Thoda bhakti idhar bhi hai. By doing all these things, being tolerant, being pure, these are the special quality he has to practice. By doing all this, he becomes free from influence of the modes of passion and ignorance. By that, he will not be the victim of lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, and envy. That means his chittam mind will all purified. Then avidya is completely removed and he remains in vidya. Okay? He remains in vidya means he can clearly see what is sat, what is asat. Everything he can make distinction. By studying Upanishad, he is getting abhed jnanam, abhed, bhed abhed. ठीक है, ये ब्रह्मन है, ये मटेरियल है, ये ब्रह्मन है, मटेरियल, ऐसा है. That everything is Brahman, sarva khala. To such a person, there is no need of jnanam. So now, here the transformation is going to come. Avidya, when is completely removed, and then he understood, he remains with the vidya. So what is the vidya? Vidya helped him to come away from ignorance of this world. Now even this vidya has to be given up, and he has to see everything equal. Stone, wood, Brahman, dog, all equal. But earlier he was using vidya to know who are these people. Okay? So now once he realizes that everything is Brahman, first he is seeing कि Brahman क्या है, Brahman क्या नहीं है. पहले differentiation. Once he realizes everything is Brahman, sarva phalam idam Brahman, then he has to give up even vidya also. By which he understood that what is Brahman, what is not Brahman, he has to give up that also. And that he has to go to next stage. Then there is no need of jnanam, that's why it's mentioned. There is no need of jnanam. When he comes to know, first he knew who am I am Atma. Then he started learning about Brahman. So for knowing what Brahman, he has to understand क्या Brahman है क्या नहीं है. इसके लिए विद्या को बढ़ा रहा है. He is increasing his vidya. Once he comes to realization I am a Brahman, then he sees everything equal in this world. Then he has to give up even this distinction knowledge. What was not Brahman, what was, because now he understood everything is Brahman. Understand? Everything is Brahman. Everything is Brahman or not? There, na Brahman. What do you mean by Brahman? Brahman means there is. See, Brahman means all are not undifferentiated qualities. No differentiation. There is no quality in the Brahman. There is no quality in Brahman. Brahman means एकदम सफेद, कुछ नहीं है उधर. Means it's a full place of eternity. There is nothing like who is a bigger, who is a smaller, nothing. All is merged into a sky. Brahman, like that. There is no differentiation. वहाँ पे कुछ है ही नहीं, विकार है ही नहीं. वहाँ पे ना सुख है, ना दुख है, ना मान है, ना अपमान है, कोई duality नहीं है. There is nothing like that. So then he comes to know ultimately everyone is a spirit spark, soul only, and the soul is basically is a Brahman. Means the soul has to merge into Brahman. So then soul is going to become Brahman only. Then why I am distinguishing between man, woman, dog, cat? Understanding? So first he understands I am a soul. Then he starts understanding I am a Brahman. Where I have come from? I am come from Brahman. So I have to go and merge there. So let me go and finish off all my differentiation in this world. Okay? Sarva khalau ida Brahman. But devotees understanding are different. We will understand. But this is how the jnanis they do that. Then comes the AIP jnanam. If you see this chart, Tat Padartha Jnanam, here he realizes that Brahman. Then AIP Jnanam. What is that AIP Jnanam? Let us understand. After some time, when his senses are no longer running after the sense object, mind has no desires, then he leaves even the Vidya. He does not practice Jnana Sadhana anymore and engages only in Bhakti. Okay? Now he understood I am Brahman. Now one thing, he cannot get liberation unless he understands Paramatma. Okay? He has to understand Paramatma also. So now without understanding Paramatma, that what you are learning here, he cannot get liberation. So he has understood about himself. He has understood about the world first. and himself. Then he understood his own identity as a Brahman. Then he has to understand the Paramatma, and then he has to live for liberation. So for understanding Paramatma or any aspect of the Lord, you need bhakti. See, earlier also bhakti was involved. Here you see as a Gyan Sadhana, there was bhakti was involved. Mai chananya yogena bhakti abhivicharini. This is one shloka here only comes. Mai chananya yogena bhakti abhivicharini. So that he practices bhakti there also. But now he has given up the jnana fully. Jnana ko pura chhod diya. Now, in the final stage, even the jnana of the jnani is specified. It means he gives up even the jnana. Jnana is born of satguna. He gives up the jnana. He is samabhavam towards everything. Stone or gold, there is no need to see the good or bad. Jnana teaches good or bad of the things in this world. Now he sees everything equally. There is no need of to know good and bad. Small children do not know the difference between water and fire. They will put hand in both. So they will see all external objects equally. Similarly, this jnani, because of seeing everything equally, does not need bhed jnanam. He does not need jnanam, which tells him what is good, what is bad. He sees everything equally. Jnanam is needed for one who sees bhedam. You see gold and stool. Jnanam tells you should touch gold, but you should not touch stool. If you are seeing both gold and stool are as the same, then is there any need of jnanam that you should touch gold and not touch stool? No, there is no need of jnanam now. You don't need knowledge that stool is impure because you are not seeing stool and gold anymore. You are seeing only Brahman. To reach to this stage is extremely difficult. This is not ordinary state. But if one can come to this samata sthiti, seeing all the things at equal vision, then he does not need jnanam anymore. Here jnanam means vidya. Already he has given up avidya. तो अविद्या तो पहले छोड़ दिया, पिछले में ही छोड़ा. अब यहाँ पे विद्या भी छोड़ दिया. Previously he was increasing his vidya by which mind, buddhi and ahankara were all purified. Then he gave up vidya. That means vidya cuts vidya. By vidya he realized that there is no need of vidya. By vidya only he realized that there is no need of vidya. I have to give up. Then what remains with him is little bhakti, and that has been practicing along with jnana sadhana. That Jivatma is now covered only by bhakti. After Niskam Karma Yoga, he gave up karma. Now he gave up even jnana and now doing only bhakti. With the help of this little bhakti, he transcends the three modes and merges into Brahman. That means at one stage the jnani has to give up even jnana and takes the shelter of bhakti alone. So see, here what is not clearly mentioned, which I am telling here. Here this Akya Jnanam means what? He is realizing about Paramatma. Because he is doing bhakti, so he is realizing about Paramatma here. Okay, na? So here he realized everything is Brahman. Okay? And in Akya Jnanam he is only doing bhakti, so he is now realizing about Paramatma. And when he realizes, first he realizes that I am Atma. नीचे देखा यहाँ पे कि मैं आत्मा हूँ, अंतकरण शुद्धि हो गया. Okay? आत्मा realization हुआ. Then he understood I am a Brahman. Then who is the supreme Brahman? और who is the Paramatma? He realized Akya Jnanam में भक्ति करके. Then he became Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta is nothing but person in the same body. He is still in the material world, but he is already eligible for liberation. And then he gets the Brahma Prapti. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, so when you said in first stage also there is some bhakti also. First stage.
निष्काम कर्म योग से थोड़ा भक्ति है क्योंकि you are offering है ना to Lord. Some bhakti is there. Already is there. Because offering means you have to have some bhakti. Okay. Now you may say, but how Brahman के प्रति भक्ति कैसे होगा? It's bhakti. Surely you cannot do bhakti for Brahman. You should have some personal understanding also. So that is why Mahi Chananya Yogena Bhaktir Avivicharini. So you don't understand like this एकदम वो है या नहीं है ऐसा black and white में नहीं समझना है. Because it does not mean that he does not know about Paramatma when he is here. He is totally blank about it. ऐसा नहीं होता है. We are saying he is realizing about Paramatma here, Akya Jnana. It means ही इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग दीज थिंग्स. ही हैज हर्ड अबाउट. उपनिषद में ऐसे थोड़ी लिखा है कि केवल आत्मा है. उपनिषद राइट्स ना अबाउट सो मच लाइक तद्दे जति तन्ने जति, भगवान चलते नहीं चलते, वहाँ पे बोला है ना भगवान के बारे में. So he spoken about the Lord, but he realizing that the Lord by doing only bhakti in Aikya Jnanam stage, he has given up his Jnanam. Aikya Jnanam means here same thing कि he has given up the ज्ञान also and simply Aikya मतलब वहाँ की भक्ति, केवल भक्ति को लेके जाएगा आगे. And with that little bhakti he is thrown into, he is just looking at the Paramatma and his anga, all the limbs. It's given in second canto. And then he desires that I want Brahma Mukti. Now we will go to our Bhagavad Gita. You will understand what we are discussing here. Krishna says the same thing.
These notes are from where?
These are from Venu Gopal Prabhu. He is from ISKCON only. He has made, and he is from Sandarbhas. जीव गोस्वामी का जो संदर्भ है उससे बनाया है. And 11th canto also. So in bhakti part also he has made. So we have not gone to that bhakti part. We'll do it in next chapters 6, 7 to 12. So now I will show you here what we were discussing yesterday. Yes. This is 17 shloka. 17 onward, 17 to 29. Okay, so तद्बुद्धयस् तद आत्मानस् तद निष्ठा तद परायण. This yesterday we were discussing. गच्छन्ति अपुनर् आवृतं ज्ञानं निर्धूत कल्मषा. When one's intelligence, buddhi, then atma means mind, then nishtha, and then parayana means surrender to the Lord. Tat means Lord. Is the meaning of Tat means Lord. Lord here is Paramatma. Okay? So, when he has done all these things, when one's intelligence, mind, faith, refuse are all fixed in the Supreme, then one becomes fully cleansed of misgiving through complete knowledge and proceeds straight on the path of liberation. Okay? So now, see, Krishna, in just previous to this section, he was speaking about the doers. Who are the doer? What he was thinking, what in nature is a doer, and I am desiring and Lord is sanctioning. This he was thinking. Now he has overcome that stage, and now he is able to focus on the Supreme. So when after focusing on the Supreme, if his mind, intelligence, everything is fixed, then what Krishna is saying, he proceeds straight on the path of liberation. मतलब ये ऐक्य ज्ञानम के स्टेज पे है, तो वो डायरेक्टली निकल जाएगा वहां से. ठीक है, वहां से निकल, because he is focused now on the Supreme. Now Acharya also say, just see, this Vidya reveals knowledge about Jivatma, not the knowledge about Paramatma. So Vidya cannot tell you about Paramatma. So this stage is not the Vidya wala, ये भक्ति वाला स्टेज है. That's why here he writes Bhaktya Mam Bhaktya Ekya Grahyam. I am only attainable by Bhakti. So at this stage he has got Bhakti. Not only is understanding Paramatma through Vidya. Aikya Jnana मैंने already discussed ना. Before that only he left the Vidya. In Aikya Jnana he is already practicing Bhakti only. And in Tat Padartha Jnanam he is practicing Vidya also, knowing what is the Brahman. And when he realizes Brahman, then he gives up Vidya. And then in order to realize the Lord, he practiced Bhakti. First, in order to realize oneself as Atma, one does Niskam Karma Yoga. Okay? Purifies himself. After realizing I am Atma, still goodness is there, passion is there, ignorance is there. After realizing Atma, he increases his more Vidya, more knowledge by reading Upanishad. Then he comes to Tat Padartha Jnanam. Means he understands that I am a Brahman. And then he starts understanding actually everything is Brahman actually. Everything is Brahman. When he equalizes everything, equanimity, सब बराबर हो गया, तो उस स्टेज पे जब ब्रह्मन रियलाइज हो गया, तो वो सब कुछ ज्ञान को भी छोड़ देगा, फिर भक्ति लेके फिर भगवान को समझेगा, परमात्मा को, ऐक्य ज्ञान, which is what mentioned here.
So in that case also his bhakti is for Paramatma, not for Bhagwan.
नहीं वो नहीं, वो परमात्मा, because he is meeting a ज्ञानी guru. He has come from the ज्ञान मार्ग. Like that. He can meet pure devotee also, then he can go to that path. It is possible. Yes, what question?
Whatever it is said that
Mike. Yes.
this Gyampa, when it is said that they want to merge with the Brahman, so they are reaching to that stage only. Right? They have not yet reached to that stage when they will aim for Paramatma. So that when everything is same.
That's what I said, na. ब्रह्म भूत प्रसन्न आत्मा न सोचती न काम सम सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद भक्ति लभते पराम. Then he gets bhakti and then he start understanding about Paramatma.
So all these demons, who love what merged, so they reach to that.
Krishna gives them some bhakti. Some bhakti is required. Krishna gives them.
Yeah, so they will go to that. Then that's why the journey continues after that.
Yes. See, even in Niskam Karma Yoga, if you want to attain the fruit of Niskam Karma Yoga, you need some bhakti. For any karma path also, you need some bhakti to perfect it. That's why the mantras are there in the Vedas, which Narayan, Bij mantra is Narayan, or Krishna, whatever. So because Yagyo Vaisa, Vishnu, what is that? Yagyo, Vishnu Yagya. So who is the Yagya is Vishnu Purush. Yagya Purush is Vishnu basically. So Yagya. So Vishnu is called Yagya. It means any Yagya cannot be successful unless it is offered to Vishnu. So it means, but that bhakti will be mixed bhakti with karma. That bhakti will mix bhakti with karma. Now here bhakti is mixed with jnana. ऊपर चला गया ना, अपने को ब्रह्म समझ, it mixed with jnana. And then he gives up jnana. So then his bhakti is there, but it's not very strong bhakti. Not very strong bhakti. So with that bhakti, he can see the Lord, but he does not want to advance ahead. बस वो छोड़ देगा वहीं पे. Then he comes out, he takes out his attention from the Lord and he says, I want to merge into Brahman. Lord says, okay, go ahead. Then he has to go. If he just remains there and wants to understand Lord more and more, then he becomes Paramatmavadi. Otherwise he will remain Brahmavadi only. If he gets liberation in Brahmavadi, then Brahmavadi conception, then he will become Brahmavadi. Otherwise he will go to Paramatma.
And they stay at the Lord of the lotus feet of the Lord. That is the
Paramatmavadi. Paramatmavadi basically they go till Vaikuntha. They go till Vaikuntha. They may not get service inside because for service you need at least conception of the Lord. Bhagwan का conception चाहिए.
And at the time of annihilation, they stay at the
No. They are already gone out of this world. This Brahmavadi, they are not in this world. Neither Paramatmavadi nor Bhakta. All out. Prabhuji, can you Hare Krishna? बंद करो दरवाजा. आवाज आ रहा है. Hare Krishna. Okay. So now, if you see the next shloka, now here the word Tat refers to the Supreme Lord, previously mentioned in Bhikkhu in verse 15. So Tat means Tat Buddhaya, means he has offered his intelligence to the Lord and he is meditating also on the Lord through mind. And then Tan Nishtha, Nishtha in the Lord, Parayana again. So basically all mentioning about the Paramatma here. This verse describes the result for those who meditate on Paramatma qualities, such as his sense of justice. Those whose intellect are convinced of such qualities of Paramatma, Tat Buddhaya, whose mind are absorbed in the Paramatma qualities, Tat Atmana, who have made Paramatma their goal, Tan Nishtha, who have completely surrendered to Paramatma, Tan Parayana, cleansed of all misconception or knowledge of the Lord's good qualities like justice, Gyan Nirdut Kalmasha. See, misconception of the Lord's good qualities, we will just see that. This seems to be a misprint in an edition. Now this shloka, Vidya Vinay Sampanne, Brahmane Gavi Hastani. Now he started seeing everyone equal. Already he has gone to Paramatma, so surely उसके नीचे ही वो समझ गया कि सब लोग बराबर है. Everything is Brahman. Okay? So he started already understood that everything is Brahman and he is not seeing any difference. Those who are beyond the gunas have no desire to see any object made up of gunas in comparative terms of better or worse. Like here mentioned, Brahmana. So Brahmane Gavi Hastini. So Brahmanas and Gavi means cow. They are in mode of goodness. Okay? Elephant is in mode of passion, and dog eaters are in mode of ignorance. So he does not see any difference in the modes only at that stage, because for him the modes also does not exist. So therefore, he is not seeing them separate personality. कि कुत्ता है या ब्राह्मण दोनों सेम ही है, दोनों ब्राह्मण है, ये भी ब्राह्मण ये भी ब्राह्मण, like that. Is beyond the gunas. This verse praises those who see Paramatma as being equal in creating unequal bodies for the learned Brahmanas, dog eater, differing by action or duties, for the cow, elephant and dog, differing in form by the species. They are truly wise. See what they are saying. Paramatma is not having any kind of some bhav. He has some bhav for everyone. He is not asam, because he is creating everyone equally. He is able to see. He is creating dog also. He is creating Brahman also. All are equal. So he is able to appreciate the quality of Paramatma, sam. So it's mentioned. Those see Paramatma as being equal in creating unequal bodies. Unequal body bana hai, but that unequal body is for those people who are not on the level of Brahman. Those who are in modes, they can see unequal bodies. But for him, he only seeing the Brahman. He does not require all these things. So this person can understand that those who are below me, for them these bodies are made. But when I am at this level, for me everything is equal only. Who is able to see? Who is the Paramatma here? Vidya Vinay Sampanne, Brahmane Gavi Astin. So this person has to come to that level, seeing everything and glorifying the quality of the Paramatma. Same Aika Jnana. Once you are seeing Paramatma means you are beyond Brahman. You have got some bhakti, you are able to see. And now he is appreciating quality of Paramatma, means he has gone beyond Brahman and he is able to see Paramatma and appreciating his qualities. And then he is also looking back and seeing, see, everything is equal only. Somebody can also say that he is able to see Paramatma in all body equally. Or he can also say that he is seeing Atma also equally. Both are correct. Both are correct. But we should not see that both are one only. वो गलत है. Now here, इहैव तैर्जितः सर्गो एषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्मन् तस्मात् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिता. Those whose mind are established in the sameness, equanimity, have already conquered the condition of birth and death. So here he has conquered the samsara. Yes, this is a shloka. Already he is now free. This verse praises the ability to see equally. In this world, iha, eva, they have defeated samsara. So when you know that all are Brahman only, at that time you are mukta from this world. And also you are able to see Paramatma. If you simply know about Brahman, so surely you cannot go to Brahma Mukti, because you need to know about the Paramatma. Even though you have come to that level, but you have to attain some bhakti. Then you will see Paramatma. Not confusing, na? Confusion again.
Sorry, I have a question.
Michael.
Which stage he stopped karma, like completely?
Okay.
Then when
Gyan sadhana, before he starts Gyan sadhana, दिखाएंगे. See, here, before he starts Gyan sadhana, here only he stops. Tvam padartha Gyanam is done, then he stops his karma.
Then it makes sense. Actually,
I was just thinking, if he has to interact with someone, how would he behave? Because if he stopped working only, then he doesn't have to interact with anyone. Then he can see all things or every like every
See,
entity.
yeah, what I will say here, in Gyan sadhana, he is practicing humility, tolerance. So he has not stopped interacting with the people, but he has given up his regular work like doing job, remaining in social life. That he has given up. Understanding. So he is living he may be living in the world, or he has given up, he has gone out. But Krishna mentions here later that person does welfare work for the people. It is good. Then how will he do welfare work if he is already gone to jungle? Means he still does welfare work. It means that person is practicing gyan sadhana, all these things. At the same time, he is interacting with the people.
But Guruji, for doing any welfare work,
That welfare work, what you are thinking, like giving some physical objects, that is not said here. Welfare work means bringing the people to knowledge, or helping them to coming to path of bhakti.
So does it not take to be in little mode of passion or goodness?
No. The reason is, see here it's mentioned. It is going to come. That we will discuss that. उस समय discuss करते हैं, ठीक है? वो आपको दिखाता हूँ welfare work. I will show that. Here Paramatma is realized.
And before that we are at the Brahman level.
Here Brahman, okay, and here is Atma.
So but when we are at Brahman level, you were saying कि थोड़ा भक्ति है जब हम Brahman
ये
level.
सब में भक्ति है, ये सब में भक्ति है, all भक्ति. Bhakti is there. It is advancing.
So what are you saying कि क्या realization होता है when he thinks that अभी Brahman के ऊपर I have to go like
Okay. See, when he is doing Niskam Karma Yoga, so Ant Karna Suddhi means Atma Suddhi. What is Suddhi? Avidya Hatana. Remove the Avidya and understand I am the Atma. But still, his Avidya has not gone away totally. For him, he has to increase his Vidya more and more and more. So he increases his Vidya by Gyan Sadhana, reading Upanishad, performing some austerity. Then comes here, where here he realizes that everything is Brahman. So now, when he realizes everything is Brahman, so now he has to give up his Vidya also. Because Vidya was helping him to understand what was not Brahman, what is Brahman. So he was Neti, and then he came to know everything is Brahman. पहले बोला था ये ब्रह्मन है, नहीं है, बाद में बोलने लगा सब ब्रह्मन है. तो यहाँ पे आ गया तत्पदार्थ ज्ञान.
Essentially, this is all Myanmar.
Yes.
This
was mentioned na Gyan Marg.
Yes, so there is all everything is parallel on Bhakti Marg that we follow.
Yes. So down is Bhakti Marg. Yes.
So these things are included in Bhakti Marg, but
Yes. Just you see Bhakti Marg. Same things it will come. Bhakti Marg. So we'll discuss about this later. इसको बाद में हम करेंगे डिस्कस. ये थोड़ा भक्ति रसायन सिंधु का पार्ट आ जाएगा, बट फिर भी हम डिस्कस करेंगे इसको. So you understand. So here he understood that everything is Brahman. Now, simply understanding everything is Brahman is not a solution. You have to understand Paramatma. Then that is Aik Jnana. In Paramatma, he need not to think about what is material world object, nothing. Just focus on Paramatma. If you see in second canto, Yogi is all the time focusing on Paramatma. This Dhyan Dharana Samadhi is that only. Just focusing on Paramatma. Just that much. So he is Aik Jnana. Only one person. And then again he does not think that I am going to become that Supreme Lord. No. That is not Jnanama. That is Mayavad. So this is not Mayavad. And Jivan Mukta means when he realizes Paramatma, he realizes himself and everything Brahman, then he lives in the body. Same body in material world, he is moving here and there. It's called Jivan Mukta. Mukta मतलब जी रहा है but मुक्त है वो. उसको बोलते हैं जीवन मुक्ता. And once he dies, he goes there. पहुंच जाता है. मरने के बाद इधर पहुंच जाता है. So surely when he is doing reading Upanishad, he is meeting many people, sadhus and others, and he is also interacting with many people. So till the time he comes to this stage here, Brahman, and he has to also do some good activities, because what happens, humility cannot be cultivated alone. When you meet some people, they will make you suffer. So then you will cultivate humility, correct na? So then he has to experience all those things. So after keeping everyone peaceful, सब लोग शांत हो जाओ, and he becomes very dear to everyone, and he also does not have any malice with anyone. Then he goes to this stage of Brahman. यहाँ पे आता है, फिर यहाँ पे अपने को सब कुछ समझ पाता है. Because again, doing something good for means basically you understand that I am getting good and they are very lower condition, let me help them. But when you see everyone on Brahman platform, then how can you help? सबको ब्राह्मण में आपको दिखेगा ही नहीं, कुत्ता भी ब्राह्मण है, what you can do with him? That time you can do welfare work, but that is like different thing actually. Means it's not like with the distinction, you're not having any discrimination, just helping him. So see, the samsara is conquered even at the stage of a sadhana. ज्ञान साधना कर रहा है ना अभी, तो वहाँ पे जब उसको समझ में आ गया, यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है, when you ability to see equally, जब सब कुछ equal देखने लग गया वो, तब उसको क्या हो गया, संसार को पार कर जाएगा, is conquered. Okay, even at the stage of sadhana, iha, by those persons whose mind are absorbed in the quality of impartiality displayed by the Brahman. Why do we say Brahman is equal to all? It is because Brahman is devoid of attachment and repulsion. Because those persons are convinced of equality in the Brahman due to Brahman's absence of desire and hatred. They are situated in Brahman, Brahmasthita. They easily attain liberation even while they are situated in this material world. Na प्रहृष्येत प्रिय अप्रियम प्राप्यम, न प्रहृष्येत प्रियम प्राप्य नोद्विजेत अप, एक मिनट इसको हटाता हूँ. Yeah, I should make understand. Okay, so here samsara is conquered even at the stage of sadhana. It means what? When he has understood his Atma and he is doing his Gyan Sadhana, and Gyan Sadhana he is almost conquered, हो जाता है, he conquered, he started seeing everything with the knowledge and about to attain the Brahman platform. Once he attains this equality, संसार exist नहीं करता उसके, क्योंकि संसार क्यों exist कर रहा है, duality में exist करता है. संसार का मतलब क्या है, duality. For a person who is seeing everything equal, for him संसार does not exist. क्या exist क्या करेगा? संसार उसके लिए कौन सा चाहिए? ब्राह्मण का संसार चाहिए. उसको वहाँ पे रहना है, इधर नहीं रहना है. इधर पानी चाय दोनों अलग अलग दिखना चाहिए. अब दोनों बाहर onion garlic is eating है. So this person is beyond modes. So what we are saying, see, sometimes the things are said कि while he is practicing he is beyond samsara. It means he is about to achieve, immediately about to achieve the Brahman platform. His samsara is already finished. ठीक है? तो अभी साधना कर रहा है, तभी निकल जाएगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं उसमें. And now न प्रहृष्येत प्रियम प्राप्यम न द्विजेत प्राप्य चा अप्रियम. So just see. So when he is achieving any priyam, he is not becoming too much happy, and when he is achieving any undesirable, he is not becoming too much distress. So means same thing on Brahman platform. Such a person is equal in the face of objects both dear and not dear in this world. Attaining dear objects he does not rejoice, and attaining unwelcoming objects he does not become disturbed. The potential mood of prahrishit and udvijet stands for the indicative present in this verse, or can mean that the person should practice that mood during the stage of sadhana. ठीक है? He is not bewildered or samudha, since bewilderment arises from identification with joy, lamentation and other emotions. If somebody is very much joyful, then he becomes bewildered. This is the object for my joy, and somebody is telling me to give up such object, I cannot give up. He becomes mudha, means he becomes covered by the emotions, bewildered. So like Arjuna was bewildered by family members. How can I give up? How can I finish them? So he was bewildered. So at this stage he does not bewilder, because he is practicing also, and if he is not, either he has achieved that sadhana perfection, or he is practicing that I should not become affected by any welcoming or unwelcoming objects. See, this verse speaks of the characteristics of a person situated in Brahman. Situated in his present body, he does not rejoice or lament. Done. Now, Such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure. Why? Because he is enjoying pleasure within. हाँ, just see. बाह्य स्पर्शेषु असक्त आत्मा, तो जो भी बाह्य दूर वाली चीज है, जो एक्सटर्नल है, उससे वो असक्त है, इज नॉट अटैच्ड, असक्त आत्मा. विंदति आत्मनि, वेयर इज टेकिंग एंजॉयमेंट? आत्मनि, अंदर. ही इज एंजॉयिंग इनसाइड. स ब्रह्म योग युक्त आत्मा. युक्त बोला मतलब भगवान के साथ युक्त है, कनेक्टेड है. ये जो ब्रह्म, जो भगवान के साथ ही कनेक्टेड है, ये जो योगी है, सुखम असक्यम अश्नुते, इसको जो सुख मिलता है वो परमानेंट सुख है, अनलिमिटेड एंजॉयमेंट ही गेट्स. Why he is not becoming too much happy or too much distressful? Because he is enjoying inside. He is enjoying inside. So therefore, any external object is not asakt. Because he is vindati atmani. अंदर ही सुख मिल रहा है उसको, तो बाहर सुख उसको चाहिए नहीं. So yesterday we were reading that. His mind is not attached, asakt atma, to the happiness of sense objects, since he experiences the soul happiness from having attained Paramatma. ठीक है? He then attains the happiness permanently, asakyam. So here the yukta means where anywhere you find the yukta, yukta means attached. So attached to whom? Paramatma, it should be. Ayuktasya, no. Only you realize I am a Brahman and you are ayukta, then you are one. You have to have yukta. You have to have yukta. Yukta means connected to the Supreme Lord.
तो जैसे अगर ये चीजें फील हो कि नावर पार, ठीक है, तो हम कुछ कुछ चीजें करते हैं, जपा करते हैं, डिवोशनल एक्टिविटीज करते हैं, so that we remain connected or remembrance of the Lord. तो इनके इसमें how do they remember परमात्मा all the time? हमेशा तो मेडिटेशन नहीं कर सकते या करते हैं तो I don't know.
No. Meditation is the part of their sadhana.
So what else like do they do so that they are above all these?
Tapasa brahmacharena samena damena cha tyagena satya sauchabhyam yamena niyamena, all these they find. Therefore the next chapter is going to come Ashtanga Yoga. So they take the process of Ashtanga Yoga to yama, niyam, asan, pranayam ही करेंगे आगे, ये लोग करने वाले हैं. So dhyan is always there. Even Jnani chant. Jnani also chant Hare Krishna. That's why you find Ramdas Biswas, when he met Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, he was chanting Ram, 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 Ram. So he was chanting 24 hours. Raghunath Bhatt Goswami was impressed with him. बोला तुम्हारा भक्ति मुझसे ज़्यादा है. When he went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not look at him. So then he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, my lord, what it is. So he said he wants to become Ram. That's why I don't want to do. So Ram बनने के लिए माला कर रहा हो. So ज्ञानी है वो. ज्ञानी हुआ ना, ब्रह्म मायावादी एक तरीके से. वो ज्ञानी, मायावादी means ज्ञानी only, it is said. But they are jnana means they are polluted with the amount want to merge. So jnani means they will have sadhana of chanting holy name. They will have sadhana of reading, and they will have sadhana of doing tapasya, austerity. That's why they give up the social life and they do some austerity. So okay, bahya sparses asakta atma. So this is done. Huh? Gati, whom? Mayavadis, they actually Prabhupada says they become tree. They become tree. No, they never become. Because they decline because they start indulging into social activity and they start offending the Lord. So then they don't achieve that samadhi state only. अरे ब्राह्मण तक भी पहुंचे बहुत बड़ी चीज है, वहां तक भी नहीं पहुंचते क्योंकि पहले से ऑफेंस कर रहे हैं. They are doing offense, but they cannot reach to Brahman. So it is said like in Bhakti path also, if somebody has no faith, but he is not offending devotees, like Ajamila, no faith, कुछ है ही नहीं, offending नहीं कर रहे हैं, no offense, and he became free from all sins, he was liberated. But if you are, so in the path of bhakti, offense is very serious. In the path of here also ज्ञानी, if he thinks that I am equal to परमात्मा, वो संसार से मुक्त होगा ही नहीं, संसार में पड़ा रहेगा. He will not get out of samsara. But this person, because he is Brahma Mukta now he will go. And again we are saying, if somebody only knows that he is a Brahman, he cannot get out of this world. He has to know about Paramatma also. Then only. Otherwise he cannot. He has to see the Paramatma, he has to meditate on him, then only he can get out. And now this sloka, so we discussed yesterday. So same context you are seeing, अभी सब कुछ same चीज दिख रहा है. That he is not attached to sense object. He is seeing, because already बोला ना, सब कुछ बराबर दिख रहा है उसको. तो किससे attach रहेगा? And he is enjoying inside. Then he will not be attached to any sense object. And what is his intelligence saying? That it is temporary. Adi antavant kaunteya. Therefore, those who are true yogis, learned transcendentalists, are not attracted by the sense pleasure, which are the cause of continuous material existence. The more one is addicted to material pleasure, the more he is entrapped by material misery. And this yogi is able to see that. This Jnani yogi is able to see that. The experience of the happiness generated by sense object, samsparsha bhoga, are source of misery. Saknoti hai yah shodum prak sarir vimokshanath. So this, before giving up his present body, one is able to tolerate the urges of material senses and check the force of desire and anger. He is well situated and is happy in this world. So he is a Jivan Mukta basically. Before giving up this material world, Jivan Mukta. He has come to that stage. But he is not affected by Kam and Krodha. Because he is beyond the modes, one thing. See, you have to be always Yukta in the Lord. Like right now, we are not liberated. Why? Because we are in material thoughts. We are in material consciousness. And we do not worry much. कि हम liberated है कि नहीं. Correct? That time, you are liberated and you are in this world. So then you will be in tension. थोड़ा रहेगा. Because you still know कि मैं इस संसार में हूँ और मैं liberated व्यक्ति हूँ. तो इस liberated व्यक्ति संसार के लोग नहीं हैं. They are not of this world. Correct? They must be going in somewhere else. So we are not liberated, so we do not worry, na? Because we are not liberated only. And that person, therefore is mentioned, that person is not affected by Kama Krodha. Because he is living in foreign world. So he is trying to achieve all happiness from within and not anything from outside. So that is why he is not affected by Kama and Krodha. When he becomes Kama and Krodha, when he becomes disturbed by duality of this world. This is I want, this is I don't want. Duality, then he becomes affected by Kama and Krodha. But he is not trying to come out only. He is just inside happy. Vinnati Atmana. Apne andar hi andar. So therefore, he can leave this world. So sa yukta, he should be yukta, always with Paramatma, yukta. Sa sukhi naraha, he is very happy. And then he will not be affected by Kama and Krodha, Vegam, and he leaves this material world. Realization of Atma Sukhi. Therefore, with intense effort, one must tolerate this disturbance. Again, we mentioned.
Until the time you feel the body, this goes on till the end of the body.
Because again I said, you are in this world. This world is what? Kam, Krodha, Lobh, all these things is there. So I am saying we are not worried because we are in this world. They have to. If they any time they come in Kam and Krodha, they will remain in this world. They cannot get out.
The other meaning of this sentence is that till the time we are in that consciousness, Bhakti Patanjali, we are in that. We are having that.
Yes.
Even in this body, when we come out of that, we are beyond these things.
Yes. Then yes. And when you are leaving this body, you are not affected by Kama and Krodha. You leave this body, then you will achieve the Brahman. That's why it's mentioned. Somebody may think, no. Even if I get affected by Brahman, by Kama and Krodha, I will still get Brahman. No, नहीं मिलेगा. इसलिए ये श्लोक बोला गया है. प्राक सहित विमोक्षणा सोडूम निकलते. That's why said that we should not die in front of our relatives. सब कुछ याद आ जाएगा. So surely he is beyond that. person. He is not living with his family, already left family, this person. Then only he can attain that. Yes,
Prabhuji, what is happiness for them? Like
my happiness, what is
for them, what is the meaning of happiness? Like here it is mentioned that he is happy in this world.
see, simple. If we get rasgulla, what is happiness? I am happy when I put it in my mouth. I'll be happy. Sense object, touch हो गया, happy हो गया, mind खुश हो गया. Now, Krishna is himself the sense object. Himself is a sense object. By seeing him, one person becomes happy. Krishna is a rasa raj, na? He is a embodiment of all rasas. Okay? By seeing his limbs, by seeing the Lord, by meditating on him, the person gets happiness. उसके पहले पहले अपने पे मेडिटेट कर ले, आत्मा पे, तो खुश हो जाएगा. So in this world also, why we are happy? Because we bring our senses and sense object together. That gives some experience. That's why we are happy. Same thing when our senses become spiritual and when we realize ourselves, because we ourselves is Rasgulla. खुद ही रसगुल्ले हैं. And there is a bigger Rasgulla, Krishna. Then by seeing Krishna, that person is enjoying. That is their happiness. उनको फिर नहीं चाहिए बाहर का रसगुल्ला. That is the thing. And that is Ananda Sukha. That is not like today we enjoy one rasgulla, again tomorrow I did not get, then I feel lamentation. I did not get. No, that is not that happiness. That is Ananda Sukha. Whatever you have got, that is your permanent treasure. वो हमेशा रहेगा. ऐसा है.
परमात्मा का भी स्वरूप होता है.
Same Krishna. Like Paramatma is four-handed form standing. Prabhupada says, yes.
So, how come they, when they achieve Paramatma,
When they see,
they achieve like, they are see, then they don't enter into Vaikuntha, you say.
They don't enter inside, they remain outskirts. Like you can say some tribals. Tribals, not inside country, not outside. Tribal. They are also doing something. Because see, they have not developed rati for the personal form of the Lord. They have just seen Paramatma. So they were in the glorification mood. Achhe Bhagwan, Achhe Bhagwan. So one thing can be, they can be trees, outskirts. They can be trees. Prabhupada mentioned this some place actually. They either some become trees or something like that. Santarati, Santarati में आएंगे. So because they have glorified Paramatma form, but they have not served Paramatma in the form of Bhagwan. That's why they will not get. But this person, he does not want also Paramatma. He wants Brahma Mukti. So then he will go to Brahma Mukti. They fall down also. But again,
जो परमात्मा रियलाइजेशन है उसमें भी fall down हो सकता है.
नहीं उसमें नहीं, no, not like that. उसमें नहीं. Brahma Mukti Prabhupada says many times. But again there are some contexts also that they remain there as it is. They are there. And then some Narad Muni passes from there, some great devotees, they inspire them for more bhakti. Then they can also go ahead. It is possible. It is possible. They can go ahead.
So this is my one question. I don't know how valid it is.
Mic you can get.
जैसे again comparing to what we practice, like sometimes when we are chanting, we may get some, मतलब कभी अच्छे से हो जाती है, कभी it may not happen nicely. तो वैसे ही जब परमात्मा realization जब वो meditate करते हैं, तो sometimes they may see and sometimes they may not see. I'm guessing like that.
Correct.
So still their जो उनका attachment है remains, right, and they continue with that.
Yes. Like Krishna conscious devotee always wants to see Krishna, always wants to serve Krishna, feel pleasure. Correct? In a similar way, they also, so their happiness is start increasing more and more. So they are lalait, मेरे को चाहिए परमात्मा, मेरे को देखना है भगवान को. They like Narad Muni when he saw the first time. So there is a difference between spiritual pleasure and material pleasure. Material pleasure ultimately brings frustration, even pleasure also. But spiritual pleasure, it makes you more eager for the Lord, and that is also happiness. So there is a difference actually. That's why that is the absolute level, and that never brings frustration. Frustration नहीं आएगा कभी. अभी हमारा frustration है because we are tinged with material things. We are comparing with material success and our spiritual life. कि मेरे को आज chanting में आनंद आया, कल नहीं आया. नहीं, उसको नहीं. That's why it's mentioned. You have to tolerate whatever things comes in your duties. Just keep going ahead. When you keep going ahead, when you become free from passion and ignorance, and you understand I am Atma, so then उसके बाद से ये अपना साधना stabilize हो जाएगा. You will constantly be feeling the effect of sadhana in your life. That निष्ठा stage that comes, मतलब वो एकदम nasty भक्ति हो जाता है. वहाँ पे constantly you will be feeling that I am in connection with a certain kind of spirituality. You have that feeling. आपको लगेगा ही लगेगा. ऐसा नहीं अभी क्या है, अभी तो अप डाउन घना तरल चल रहा है. कभी ज़्यादा घन होता है, कभी तरल हो जाता है भक्ति, कभी घन होता है, तरल हो जाता है. Vivid vikalpa. So these are the levels given in Madhurya Kadambini. So right now it's coming up and down because affected by our consciousness, affected by material things. Okay, so now here it's mentioned yo antaha sukho antar atmana. Just see, antaha means inside happiness. So what is this happiness? Not bahya sukha. ऊपर क्या बोल दिया? बाह्य निकाला ना ऊपर. What is that श्लोका here? बाह्य here. बाह्य स्पर्श. हाँ, just see, बाह्य स्पर्शेषु असक्त आत्मा. He is asakt आत्मा. He is not asakt. He is not attached. असक्त बोला है, आसक्त नहीं बोला है. असक्त आत्मा means he is not attached to external objects, senses, or touching the external objects, or sense plus sense object. He is not attached to such enjoyment. Okay, now here it's mentioned what is attached to. Antaha yo antaha sukha. जैसे अंतः सुख, अंदर का सुख को बोलते हैं अंतः सुख. एंड देन अंतर आराम. अब आराम क्या है? राम मतलब प्लेजर. अंदर प्लेजर ले रहा है, सुख भी है और प्लेजर भी है. अंदर सुख दोनों थोड़ा अलग है. प्लेजर मतलब क्या है? एक्सपीरियंसिंग सम प्लेजर. एंड सुख मतलब हैप्पीनेस. लाइक यू कैन बी हैप्पी ईटिंग रसगुल्ला एंड सेवई आल्सो, बट दोनों का टेस्ट अलग है. एंड आप अलग लगता है कि तो प्लेजर है. तो प्लेजर इज डिफरेंट, हैप्पीनेस इज डिफरेंट. यू आर हैप्पी ईटिंग बोथ, बट यू मे नॉट लाइक टू ईट एवरीडे रसगुल्ला. यू से आज सेवई बनाओ. So different pleasure.
So taste is pleasure and feeling is happiness.
Yes, you can say like that. But taste, yes, pleasure is taste, correct. And then tatha antar jyoti, and under jyoti. And what is the jyoti? Aiming within. Prabhupada says, rejoices within, is active, whose happiness is within, who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward. Antar jyoti. Aiming within, inside, means he is directed inside. Hare Krishna. Okay. So he is directed inside, not outside. Like in this world, people, if they find some pleasure, they want to become Bill Gates. कल को Bill Gates को और pleasure चाहिए. So his goal is inside. Today I am having this much pleasure. Tomorrow I want to have more pleasure. Inside pleasure. So inside searching more and more. He is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in the Supreme, and ultimately he attains the Supreme. Prabhupada mentions, unless one is able to relish happiness from within, how can he retire from the external engagement meant for deriving superficial happiness? This is a very simple thing. If somebody is attached to outside pleasure, it means he is not deriving inside pleasure. Simple समझने का मतलब ये है कि हमारे जीवन में भी we can understand. If I am not happy inside, I will be happy outside. This is a very great question.
Philanthropy starts here.
Yes, philanthropists also, they want to serve others and then They want to feel happy.
From outside.
One very important thing is mentioned. See, this verse states that one who transcends samsara attains realization of a state of Brahman, which is happiness. He who has happiness in the soul, ara, antar, he because he enjoys in the soul not by external objects. ये important है. He is not enjoying the soul by external objects, and therefore directs his vision to the soul, antar jyoti, attains the happiness of Brahman. One who has happiness through realizing the Atma within, who has amusement through that realization, Aram, whose vision is concentrated upon the Atma alone, Antar Jyoti, such a Niskam Karma Yogi, Sa Yogi, having attained his Swarupa as a pure Jiva, Brahma Bhuta, attains the Paramatma, Brahma, whose very form of the liberation. By attaining the Lord, he attains liberation, Nirvana. So here we mention the words Brahma Bhuto Adhikachati and Brahma Nirvana. Same thing, he attains, understand himself, Brahman, then he attains the Lord and then Nirvana. Now निर्वाण में दोनों हो सकता है, अगर उसको ब्रह्म मुक्ति चाहिए तो ब्रह्म मुक्ति, परमात्मा मुक्ति चाहिए तो परमात्मा मुक्ति, दोनों में से कोई भी चाहिए जाएगा. ओके, ब्रह्मन स्काई. Hare Krishna, any online devotees, any question? I think all of you are offline में discussion हो रहा है. Online, any question? हरे कृष्णा, सब समझ में आ गया? हैं?
One thing I'm understanding, Prabhuji, is that more we understand, more I get to understand that I'm not understanding.
No, that is okay, but what we are discussing, you are understanding, na?
Yeah, that part I'm getting.
हाँ, ठीक है, we'll go ahead. लवन्ते ब्रह्म निर्वाणम ऋषय क्षीण कर्मशा छिन्न वैधा यतात्मानः सर्वभूत हिते रताः. Now I think we have to read from here, correct? Mataji.
Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme.
Working is working. Okay, so just now you see the word came Sarvabhuta Hiterata. What we are looking now? We are looking for whether he serves somebody or not. Here it has come. Those are beyond dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings. Okay, now Prabhupada says, only a person fully in Krishna consciousness can be said to be engaged in welfare work. When a person is actually in knowledge that Krishna is fountainhead of everything, then he acts in the spirit, he acts for everyone. He does not act for one person, 2%, India, Pakistan, ya kiska, nahi, for everyone. The suffering of humanity are due to forgetfulness of Krishna as the supreme enjoyer, the supreme proprietor and supreme friend. Therefore, to act to revive this consciousness within the entire human society is the highest welfare work. One cannot be engaged in such first class welfare work without being liberated in the supreme. Okay, so previous verse was saying na Brahma Nirvanam, liberated in supreme. Now here is mentioning only one can engage in such welfare work, one who is liberated in such supreme. A Krishna conscious person has no doubt about the supremacy of Krishna. He has no doubt because he is completely freed from all sins. This is the state of divine love. A person engaged only in ministering to the physical welfare of human society cannot factually help anyone. Temporary relief of external body and the mind is not satisfactory. The real cause of one's difficulty in the hard struggle for life may be found in one's forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Lord. When a man is fully conscious of his relationship with Krishna, he is actually liberated soul, although he may be in the material tabernacle. So now here, those who have vision, okay, these words explain that many people attain perfection through this sadhana. This is also their sadhana practice, that they do welfare for others. Those who have vision of the truth, Rishaya, who have all their doubts destroyed, Chinna Dvaitaha, who have destroyed all ignorance, control their mind, are engaged in welfare of all beings, attain Paramatma and liberation. So they, see, different even facets are told here कि क्या क्या करना उस व्यक्ति को. So again, we are discussing he cannot attain humility unless he meets with the people, he shows his humility, then अमानित्वम, अदम्भित्वम, अहिंसा, शांति, अहिंसा आ गया, अहिंसा भी आया, शांति, राजवम, tolerate, he should tolerate, he has to be forgiving. So when he is a Jivan Mukta, you find in Narad Muni section same thing. Narad Muni, he attained love of Godhead, but it is mentioned after attaining also, he was for a long time in this material world. And what he was doing? So, Namani Anantasya Hatatapa Pathan Guryani Bhadrani Kitani Chaismaran. ये श्लोक आता है कि हमेशा भगवान का नाम गाते रहते थे. नामानि अनंतस्य हततपा पठन. And he used to be reading, hearing and teaching others. And then Guhyani Bhadrani Kitani Chaismaran means internally, confidently he was remembering about the Lord all the time. And then Bimatsaraha, वहाँ पे mention आता है, he was not envious of any living entity, not proud of himself, not envious, and he was doing welfare work. And then he was waiting, when the time will come, I will leave the body. Same for Narad Muni, same here. He is Jivan Mukta now, he is doing welfare work. अभी हो गया काम. Now see, once you are Jivan Mukta, then you can move in the world. Jadbharatas, yes, meditating on the Supreme. अभी इसको जरूरत नहीं है कोई ज्यादा साधना का, already realize कर चुके हो. So he can move in the world, and moving in the world and doing welfare work. Like Prabhupada, Paramhans hai. So he is doing his basic कर रहे हैं. But now his main thing, I want to give the knowledge to others. And therefore Paramhansa is understood that Paramhansa, they move anywhere, कहीं भी जाते हो, घूमते, and they start giving knowledge. Their whole function is to just help people to come out of their ignorance. Because they have already been liberated, already liberated today. And they are in this body. Same thing here is mentioned. So it is also important, which is mentioned. So he has to show compassion to the living entities. Kama krodha vimuktanam yatinam yatachetasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate viditatmanam.
Those who are free from anger and all material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined and constantly endeavoring for perfection, are assured of liberation in the Supreme in the very near future.
Yeah. Okay. Of the saintly persons who are constantly engaged in striving towards salvation, one who is in Krishna consciousness is best of all. So Krishna conscious yogi is best of all. This is confirmed here. Yat pada pankaj palasa vilasa bhaktya karmashayam gratitam udgatayanti santaha तद्वन्नरिक्तमतयो यतयो अपिरुद्धा श्रोतो गणां स्तमरणं भज वासुदेवम्. This is a very nice shloka. It comes in Prithu Maharaj section. This is spoken by, I think, Prithu Maharaj or four Kumaras. Just try to worship in, so yeah, this is spoken by four Kumaras to Prithu Maharaj. Just try to worship in devotional service Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even the great sages are not able to control the forces of the senses as effectively as those who are engaged in transcendental bliss by serving the lotus feet of the Lord, uprooting the deep grown desire for fruitive activity. Now, again, Prabhupada also say, if you just realize yourself that I am a Brahman, that is not enough. You have to realize your function. So therefore, in our bhakti mark we have read many times. You have to realize that your function also, कि आप भगवान के साथ क्या relation है, आपको करना क्या है. Now this yogi, at least he is seeing the Paramatma, and again he is now engaging in welfare work of the people. ठीक है? He is engaging in welfare work. But surely this verse speaks about just the word see, रिक्त मतयो. अगर आपकी बुद्धि रिक्त है, मतलब खाली है, तो फिर आपको कर्म दोबारा पकड़ लेगा. आपकी बुद्धि युक्त होना चाहिए, रिक्त नहीं. रिक्त होगा तो कर्म दोबारा आ जाएगा. हाँ? और उसको युक्त बनाने के लिए भक्ति इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग प्रोसेस. भक्ति एंड हाउ कर्माशयम कर्तृत्व उदगतयन्ति संतः. ये उसको उखाड़ फेंकता है. किसको? कर्म ग्रंथि को. कर्म ग्रंथि द भक्ति. एंड व्हाट इज द भक्ति? यद पाद पंकज पलाश विलास भक्त्या. द लॉर्ड लोटस फीट इज कंसिडर्ड लाइक अ पंकज. पंकज पलाश, द पंकज this leaf, lotus leaf like. And then when the devotee is vilas, is enjoying that service to that lotus feet, he can uproot all the karma granthi out. उदगतयन्ति समता. उसको उठा दे, फेंक देता है. बट कौन नहीं कर सकता? तदवन्न रिक्त मतयो. जिसका मति रिक्त है, भगवान की सेवा में आनंद नहीं ले रहा है, वो ज्ञान में पड़ा हुआ है. ब्रह्मन अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, वो नहीं कर पाएगा. उसको कर्म दोबारा आ जाएगा. श्रोतो गणाम स्मरणम भज वासुदेवम. He is all the time hearing about the glories of the Lord. So he is relishing that bliss. So basically, bliss has to be there. That connection with the Lord, that bliss one has to enjoy. And the best bliss is in bhakti, better than the Paramatma realization. So that's why it's the best. Now Prabhupada says here, in the conditioned soul, the desire to enjoy fruitive results of work is so deep-rooted that it is very difficult even for the great sages to control such desires. Therefore, it's mentioned in some verses we saw that to attain this stage, that seeing everything equal and going to see Paramatma is a very difficult process. Because for a long time you have to focus on nirvika, means vikar, what you call, nirvishesh, all the time. Nirvishesh. Therefore, the 12th chapter, it says that klesho adhikatarastesham अव्यक्त आसक्त चेतसा. क्लेश, बहुत क्लेश है अर्जुन, जब आप अव्यक्त में अपना रति डालोगे, बहुत मुश्किल है. विच यू नॉट कैन सी ओनली, हाउ कैन यू पुट योर रति इन दैट अव्यक्त आसक्त चेतसा. दिस ज्ञानी आल्सो थ्रू हिज साधना he tries to understand about the Lord, but unless he sees the Paramatma, his happiness is not established totally. उसको परमात्मा को देखना ही पड़ेगा. भगवान है, इनका आँख है, मुंह है, सब कुछ है. अदरवाइज उपनिषद कैन नॉट गिव यू फुल इंफॉर्मेशन. ओनली टेलिंग ही इज वॉकिंग, इज नॉट वॉकिंग, ही इज ईटिंग, इज नॉट ईटिंग. और शून्यवाद इज नो फिलॉसफी एक्चुअली.
I thought they are also like Brahman.
See, this nirvan is given by nirvan, basically is used for shunnyavad. Buddhists they say no nirvan. But actually there is no nirvan for them because they do not know only about Atma. Buddhist has no goal. This is simply illusion.
I thought they are in the Brahman.
No. Buddhists cannot go because they do not accept the soul only. They just talk about
Vedas also, na brother. They don't accept even Vedas also.
They don't accept Vedas. They are Gnostic. And they do not accept the soul also. Then how can you attain the goal of the soul if soul is only not there? So therefore, उनका निर्वाण क्या है ना, वो सब भ्रम है. These people can attain at least nirvana.
They don't believe in previous births.
Previous?
Previous births. They don't believe in previous births. Like,
okay, next birth, previous birth, like that. Okay. See, again, Buddhist, the whole concept is this body is the cause of misery. Do lot of austerity and finish off your body. ये इसी को शून्य बोला है. Then somebody asked the Buddha, what about the soul I have heard from Vedas? Don't ask me any question. Sunya. Your existence is only not there in the world. So then why they want to worry about to know about the next body or the previous body? खत्म करो. मर के नहीं तपस्या करके कम खाओ ऑस्टेरिटी करो like this. So it's a goalless actually. It's nowhere, but surely Buddha will help because they are attached to Buddha, so he will guide them. If they are leaving the body in remembrance of Buddha, then Lord will guide them. Surely it will be there, but it is not in their sadhana. The perfection is not achievable. What they are speaking, the Buddha has to guide them.
But towards the end, they will realize that what is the right path.
Yes, Prabhu.
So they don't even do tapasya. Tapasya is mainly Jainism. Austerity
this is-
tapasya Jainism है. ये तपस्या नहीं पता नहीं क्या है मतलब. I also don't know.
Actually, there is some mixture is there. In fifth canto is mentioned this Jainism came from Rishabdev and Buddhism came from Buddha. This is थोड़ा mixing है इसमें. See, Buddha did not teach about this Jainism. Jainism अपना ये क्या offshoot निकल गया है. Actually, one king in fifth canto it's mentioned he started following Rishabdev. And he remained naked and then just moving here and there. And then he formed one sampradaya later. So Jainism बन गया. Now इसमें बुद्धिस्ट अलग ही है actually.
Why is that discussion going? Because one of the books of Hindus and Maharaj met one monk in Burma, and Maharaj was helping him. So Hindus and Maharaj met a monk, Burma. And that monk, Maharaj was trying to help him because he was in some situation. So he said, I cannot take help from you because you have already done a lot for me in your previous birth. So that's why I asked that question, do you believe in that or not?
What he said?
That monk said that you have done, Maharaj has done some very good deeds in his previous lifetime. And Maharaj asked what he did. He said that is not important. What is important? I owe you a lot already. I want to give it back to you. I don't want to take anything further from you that continues with me.
When even Christians also sometimes they speak about such things. So they cannot logically explain. Because if you don't believe in soul, how can you exist in previous lives? There's no point of existing.
That individuals, they are not a philosophical point of view, individuals.
Yes. So many times they may consider such things, but they may not logically proof नहीं कर सकते. Yes. Like in Christianity, they say man can never go down. Means man can never become sinful and become animal. Man or humans, they will only go to the heaven. If they are worshipping Jesus, they will only go to heaven. ठीक है? If they don't worship, then what? So then they don't accept that this is another path. They will go to hell. They will not accept that. So now this is a problem. Even somebody worshipping also can go down. Or Veda says even worshippers can also go down. But again, because it's Atma, again he can come back. So because their concept of Atma is not very clear. So they find. एक मिनट कोई तो बुलाएंगे उसको अभी आ रहे हैं अभी एक मिनट जस्ट वेट हरे कृष्ण okay so these concepts are not clear in their religion but Jesus has spoken about reincarnation but the one king in later period he removed the word reincarnation from Bible because he wanted that his people should not become lazy thinking that next life I will get liberation or I will go to Jesus. This life I will enjoy. So therefore he wanted to force them, no, this life only you should listen to me. So he wanted to make people listen to him by taking help of Bible and he removed the reincarnation. So like Jesus says, do this thing. So he will say, see, Jesus is saying do. Then somebody can say reincarnation is there. No reincarnation. Okay. Now this is sloka is given. How a devotee can perfect his life or he can attain Brahma Nirvana or spiritual world. Like fish can give nourishment to its offsprings just by looking at offspring. Tortoise can give nourishment by meditation. So tortoise lay egg on ground. They don't lay egg in water. And by just by meditating, ki my offspring will be very nice, good, then offspring will be nourishing. In the similar way, it's mentioned similarly, the devotee of Krishna consciousness, although far from the Lord's abode, can elevate himself to the abode simply by thinking of him constantly. So he can get nourishment by thinking of the Lord. So like that is mentioned. And he does not feel the pangs of material misery. This state of life is called Brahma Nirvana. So even though he has not attained the Lord, but he is remembering the Lord. He is remembering his Leela qualities. He will attain. Okay. स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यां चक्षु चैवान्तरे भ्रुवः प्राणापानो समो कृत्वा नासाभ्य अंतरचारिणो यतेन्द्रिय मनोबुद्धि मुनिर्मोक्ष परायण विगतेक्षा भय क्रोधो यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breath within the nostrils, and thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence. The transcendentalist aiming at liberation becomes free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated.
Yes. Now what is this? Agya Ashtanga Yoga. Now Ashtanga Yoga is entered here. Being engaged in Krishna consciousness, one can immediately understand one's spiritual identity, and then one can understand the Supreme Lord by the means of devotional service. When one is well situated in devotional service, one comes to the transcendental position, qualified to feel the presence of the Lord in the sphere of one's activity. This particular position is called liberation in the Supreme. After explaining the above principle of liberation in the Supreme, the Lord gives instruction to Arjuna as how one can come to that position by the practice of mysticism or yoga known as Ashtanga Yoga, which is divisible into the eightfold procedure: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Dharana, Dhyan, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. In the 6th chapter, the subject of yoga is explicitly detailed. At the end of 5th, it is only preliminarily explained. One has to drive out the sense objects such as sound, touch, form, taste, smell by the Pratyahar process in yoga, and then keep the vision of the eyes between the two eyebrows and concentrate on the tip of the nose with half closed lids. There is no benefit in closing the eyes altogether, because then there will be every chance of falling asleep. Nor is there benefit in opening the eyes completely, because then there will be hazard of being attracted by sense object. The breathing movement is restrained within the nostril by the neutralizing the up moving and down moving air within the body. By practice of such yoga, one is able to gain control over the senses, refrain from the outward sense object, and thus prepare oneself for liberation in the Supreme. The yoga process helps one become free from all kinds of fear, anger, and thus feel the presence of Supersoul in the transcendental situation. In other words, the Krishna consciousness is the easiest process of executing yoga principle. This will be thoroughly explained in next chapter. A Krishna conscious person, however, being always engaged in devotional service, does not risk losing his senses to some other engagement. This is a better way of controlling senses. Now, Acharya, they say, the heart become purified by the performance of Niskam Karma Yoga is offered to the Lord. Then arises Jnana, whose subject is the soul. Then arises Bhakti, for gaining the knowledge of the Lord Paramatma, Tat. पढ़ाना आ गया ना? तम पदार्थ ज्ञानम, तत् पदार्थ ज्ञानम. दिख रहा है ना यहाँ पे? तम मतलब Atma, and Tat means Paramatma. By appearance of that, so Aikya means Tat after Brahman, Tat means here Paramatma. By appearance of that knowledge of the Lord, which is beyond the modes, one gains a realization of Brahman. This is stated in this chapter. Now, in the 3 verses, the Lord speaks in the abbreviated form what He will explain in the 6th chapter, that process of Ashtanga Yoga practiced after having purified the heart by Niskam Karma Yoga is shown to be superior to the process of Jnana Yoga for producing realization of Brahman. Is shown to be superior Dhyan Yoga for producing realization of Brahman. The word is person stands for all the sense object, sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Externalizing these from the mind when they enter, that is withdrawing the mind from sense object, pratyahar, placing the eyes between the two eyes. Okay, ठीक है ये प्रोसेस दिया है. By performance of Niskam Karma Yoga, the mind becomes purified. Then, when knowledge of Atma arises, one should proceed to concentrate the mind upon seeing Atma. This process of yoga and its angas is described in the 2 verses. The sense. Okay. Abhi, so you understood what is being taught here. So Krishna, now what we learned now, Niskam Karma Yogi. Then we understood that how he is achieving Paramatma, Brahma Gyan, and then Paramatma, and then attaining liberation. Already Krishna spoke, he will attain Brahma Nirvana. अब भगवान इस ज्ञान मार्ग को निकाल के अष्टांग में डाल रहे हैं कि जो आप ज्ञान मार्ग साधना कर रहे थे वहां पे अष्टांग आ जाएगा. ठीक है, तो वहां पे अष्टांग आ जाएगा, एंड देन अष्टांग के द्वारा यू विल सी द परमात्मा. दूसरा पाथ मेथड, सेकंड मेथड, another method. So better than jnana is ashtanga. Same stage means one has to come first. Beginning should yoga process should begin first after Niskam Karma Yoga only. Niskam Karma Yoga is common for both Gyan Sadhana as well as yoga. For both of them, common is Niskam Karma Yoga. One has to finish off the Niskam Karma Yoga and understand that I am coming to mode of goodness platform, not become attached to the result of one's activity. Almost he has understood about Atma, उतना समझ गया, तत्पदार्थ, तम पदार्थ ज्ञानम हो गया. और उसके बाद then ज्ञान साधना, at the place of ज्ञान साधना he has to do yam, niyam, pranayam, all these things and go ahead, control his senses. So अविद्या, Paramatma he is going to see. Dhyan, dharana, samadhi is going to see Paramatma. Actually, here there is some mixture is there. You find means Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. A lot of sound, बहुत sound आ रहा है. जी. तो किसी का माइक चालू है क्या? ऑनलाइन क्या? हरे कृष्णा ऑनलाइन devotees, please keep yourself muted. इतनी देर से तो नहीं आ रहा था, अभी आ रहा है. किसी का माइक चालू है.
कोई तो बात कर रहा है ना, उसकी वजह से आ रहा है.
हरे कृष्णा प्लीज कीप योरसेल्फ म्यूटेड. यस, ठीक है, चलेगा. ओके, व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग, कैसे आ रहा है?
कोई माइक चालू कर रहा है इसमें,
फिर बंद कर देगा सबको, म्यूट कर दे.
तो जी माइक ऑन नहीं है किसी का, सबका ऑफ ही है.
फिर कैसे आ रहा है? नहीं, वहां से इधर कैसे आ रहा है? हरे कृष्ण, हरे कृष्ण.
They are also listening. They are also listening.
All are mute only, bro ji.
अच्छा, this sound you are also hearing?
Yes, bro ji.
Yes,
It is sounding like some objects are falling.
अभी आएगा कि देख
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. ठीक है. We will not touch anything. Don't touch anything. Eh? We have to become Ashtanga yogi. No touch now. Then things will go ahead. So what I was saying, uh, in Bhagavad Gita is mentioned through Gyan Marg also you will attain the Brahma Mukti, and through Ashtanga Yoga also you will attain the Brahma Mukti. But the process, how the Gyan Yogi attains the Brahma Mukti, mainly understood that he accepts this yoga path, Dhyan Dharana wala. But Krishna is also, or this our Acharya also saying, कि he need not to go so much ahead and then attain accept the such method. He can before only leave the Gyan Marg path and take to Ashtanga Marg. Understanding? निष्काम कर्म योग के चालू खत्म होने से चालू कर दे वो अष्टांग मार्ग. This Gyan Yogi, if he continues Jnana ahead and ahead, then at last he has to also meditate on the Paramatma. So that meditation part is there in Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, so there is little bit mixture of samjho. Meditation part is there. Like in our bhakti also meditation is there. अभी हम लोग चल के भी घूम के भी करते हैं, वो बात अलग है. But when we become more focused, then we will want to sit at one place and focus on the Supreme. Yes, we don't want to just get disturbed. Like Haridas Thakur. How many times you find Haridas Thakur walking and certainly he was chanting 64 rounds inside silently. 64 rounds he was chanting, very loud chanting, kirtan. And then 24 rounds, 64 rounds, very small, little voice. So japa, kirtan and mansik jap. Mansik jap. Mansik jap में क्या है? You can do some other activity also, but you can be chanting because you are chanting in mind. It is possible. So Haridas Thakur used to do like this three: mansik, vachik, and kirtan. Vachik means small, very small. Japa. So like that. So but we always do kirtan. हम जितना बैठ के जब करते हैं सो जाते हैं. प्रभुपाद is saying here. We sleep only. How many of you can practice japa chanting by keeping half closed eyes? It's not possible. I think our whole time will go in like this. Like one time I was hearing one Hanuman Katha. So the Sunny Dev, the Sunny Dev, his eyes are not fully closed, half closed. So his wife came and said, "See, I have dressed in a nice dress. Can you look at me? Now tell me how I am looking." The Sunny Dev was not opening eyes and just half closed. Then she became angry and she told, "I have never seen you open your eyes." Because Sunny Dev किसी के सामने आँख खोलेंगे तो क्या होगा? क्या बोलते उसको? 7.5. No.
7.5
7.5
शनि की दृष्टि पड़ जाती है उस पर.
7.5 आ जाती. So then she complained. That time he had not been there. He was meditating on Krishna actually. Sanideva was meditating on Krishna. So then she cursed actually her husband. Because you are not looking at me, I curse you that whenever you look at anyone, उसका विनाश हो जाएगा. तब से चालू हुआ उसका करना. तो इसलिए डिवोटी को कर्स मत कर देना, आँख नहीं खोलना है. This happened. Agastya Muni cursed whom? Indradyumna Maharaj. He became elephant because he was also, but he was doing some pretension also. Indradyumna Maharaj, just when Agastya Muni came, closed eyes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Because अब उनको उठ के नमस्कार करो, फिर उनको अंदर बुलाओ, कुछ खिलाओ पिलाओ, कौन करेगा? Immediately Agastya Muni came to know he is pretending. So he cursed him because you are behaving like a dull elephant. Let you become elephant. Ignorance. You are trying to cheat me. They became elephant actually. So okay, it's like that. So we cannot do that. First we focus by closing our eyes. Then we fall sleeping. Then we open our eyes. Again fall sleeping. Then we stand up. Then walk like that. So this is done now. Bhoktaram yagitapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam santi mrikshati.
A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of
आवाज नहीं आ
all.
रही।
A person
नहीं आ रहा, okay. ठीक है. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifice and austerity, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. So here, Krishna says that a person is full consciousness of me, and how he should think about Krishna. He is first is enjoyer. Ultimate beneficiary means enjoyer. Enjoyer of all the sacrifices and austerity. Whatever we are doing, some sacrifice, okay, I did Ekadasi fasting. Who is going to be enjoyer? Krishna. So for Krishna's pleasure I am doing. Devotee can think also, if I am earning money also, for whose pleasure? Krishna's pleasure. But if you think, no, I want to enjoy, so then this verse is not for you. Basically, you will not achieve peace. So he is the beneficiary of all sacrifice and all austerity, and then he is the owner of all the planets and demigods. All the people and all the inanimate object, animate object, everything belongs to him. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. And the third one, benefactor and well-wisher, means he is a suhrit. He is a best friend. Like I want to help some living entity, we do some paropkar. Who has done paropkar? We have done. So that feeling should not come. Who is doing? Krishna is doing. This is very much important because even in Krishna consciousness we become attached to people, name, fame. It happens because we think that we have made so many devotees. It may happen. But who is the benefactor? Krishna is the benefactor. Krishna is a well-wisher. Actually, this is true. Prabhupada could see in his life. For so many years he preached in India, nobody became devotee. And when he went to West, same message is speaking, so many people are becoming devotees. And these Western people, they came to India, they made devotees. So then you can say, who is higher, Prabhupada or Western devotees? Kaun hai? Because Western devotee preached in India, then they became devotee. And when Prabhupada was preaching, nobody was becoming devotee. Then who is superior? Nobody. Huh? But still, just imagine, you are giving direct power to somebody. He is not becoming devotee. And you are giving some little bit power through them. They are becoming devotee. So, it's actually Krishna is a well-wisher. Krishna did not want devotees, people to become devotee that time. Krishna wanted that Prabhupada should go out from here. If Prabhupada could have got success in India, he would not have gone. It might have happened. Like Prabhupada, before that he was thinking, I will remain family man and I will earn a lot of money, I will give to Gaudiya Math. Then what Krishna did? All burnt. All his business got burnt. So like Prabhupada is saying in one lecture, Krishna, when he shows anugraha to his devotee, he takes away everything. And I have my personal experience. So all devotees started laughing. Then he said, do not laugh. When it happens, it really pains. Prabhupada said. And then he said, but later I realized that Krishna did a great thing for me because he gave me so much big wealth. Earlier I was thinking about small wealth, but he gave me now such a big wealth of the whole world. So Prabhupada was grateful for Krishna's interference in his life. So this is a very famous sloka which we speak many times about attaining Santi. So Krishna is enjoyer, Krishna is a proprietor, Krishna is a friend of all. And one who attains this understanding, he attains peace. And this is what, same sloka I was quoting yesterday. What is it? Nasti buddhi ayuktasya na cha ayuktasya bhavana na cha bhavayatah santi asantasya kuto sukham. Same sloka. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya. Jab buddhi ayukt hoga, means not connected to Supreme. So this is that connection, what mentioned here. A person in that full consciousness. What is that consciousness or buddhi? I am the enjoyer, proprietor and friend. So that intelligence if we have, that Krishna is, then Nasti buddhi ayuktasya na cha ayuktasya bhavana. What is the bhavana in that? So bhavana is a steady bhavana that I am servant of Krishna. I am serving Krishna. That bhavana should be there. That feeling, not only the knowledge, that feeling should be there. The bhavana should be there. In that intelligence, that bhavana should be there to engage in service of Krishna. That I will do anything for His pleasure. Sacrifice भी करना है उनके लिए करूँगा. पैसा कमाना है उनके लिए, भक्त बनाऊंगा उनके लिए. तो ये जो भावना उसका रहना चाहिए. And then he will attain Shanti and he will attain happiness. This is mentioned here actually. So, the conditioned soul within the clutches of illusory energy are all anxious to attain peace in this material world, but they do not know formula for peace, which is explained in this part of Bhagavad Gita. The greatest peace formula is simply this: the Lord Krishna is beneficiary of all in all human activities. In all human activity, who is the beneficiary? Like you write a check also, ना check भी हम लिखते हैं ना beneficiary होता है, किसके against, मतलब कौन beneficiary है, कौन इसको attain करने वाला है, लेने वाला है पैसा. तो so any human activity, who is going to be beneficiary? Krishna. Man should offer everything to the transcendental service of the Lord because he is the proprietor of all planets and the demigod thereon. No one can be greater than he. He is greater than the greatest of all the demigods, like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. In the Vedas, Svetasvatana Upanishad 6.7, the Lord, Supreme Lord, is described as Tam Ishwaranam Paramam Maheshwaram. Under the spell of illusion, living entities are trying to be lords of all the survey, but actually they are dominated by the material energy of the Lord. The Lord is the master of material nature, and the conditioned souls are under the stringent rules of material nature. Unless one understands these bare facts, it is not possible to achieve peace in this world, either individually or collectively. So either we make an institute or big country, but the feeling of whole institute or country should be this only: who is the beneficiary? Krishna is the beneficiary. Krishna is going to enjoy the name, fame of whatever we do, and Krishna is the owner, Krishna is the creator, Krishna is the enjoyer, Krishna is the friend. This is the sense of Krishna consciousness. Lord Krishna is the supreme predominator, and all living entity, including the great demigods, are his subordinates. One can attain perfect peace only in complete Krishna consciousness. The fifth chapter is a practical explanation of Krishna consciousness, generally known as Karma Yoga. The question of mental speculation as how Karma Yoga can give liberation is answered herewith. To work in Krishna consciousness is to work with complete knowledge of the Lord as predominator. So very nice Prabhupada writes. What is to work in Krishna consciousness? He is a predominator. What is predominator? Means he will dominate over me. Whenever I want to dominate over anything, then I should think ऊपर मेरे कौन है? एक dominator है already. So we dominate upon things, upon people, upon enjoyment, everything we dominate. कि मेरे को चाहिए, मेरे को चाहिए, मेरे को चाहिए. So then at that time we have to understand who is the predominator. Krishna is there. So let me give to Krishna. Let me give to Krishna. So this is the complete knowledge of the Lord as a predominator. So we also have a tendency to dominate, but we should accept Krishna's predomination. And then under his control, we can dominate according to his desire for service. Such work is not different from transcendental knowledge. See, such work is not different from, means working in that knowledge is also transcendental knowledge. Direct Krishna consciousness is Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga is the path leading to Bhakti Yoga. Krishna consciousness means to work in full knowledge of one's relationship with the Supreme Absolute. And the perfection of this consciousness is full knowledge of Krishna or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna consciousness means to work in full knowledge of our relationship with the Lord, and perfection of this consciousness is full knowledge of Krishna. मतलब क्या है? अगर कोई ऐसे कार्य करेगा तो उसे रियलाइज हो जाएंगे भगवान. If one is working with that knowledge, he may not have been full knowledge, but he is working with that knowledge. He has not realized that knowledge. Then after working, he will realize that knowledge. So work is also done, again 4th chapter, to come in the knowledge. Correct na? Yajna is done to come in knowledge. So Krishna conscious yajna is also done to ultimately realize Krishna fully, to become fully conscious of him. A pure soul is eternal servant of God as his fragmental part and parcel. He comes in contact with Maya due to the desire to lord it over Maya. And that is the cause of his many suffering. As long as he is in the contact with matter, he has to execute work in terms of material necessities. Krishna consciousness, however, brings one into the spiritual life even while one is within jurisdiction of matter. For it is arousing of the spiritual existence by the practice of this material, by the practice in the material world. The more one is advanced, the more is freed from clutches of matter. The Lord is not partial towards anyone. Everything depends on one's practical performance of duty in Krishna consciousness, which is in every respect help one control the senses and conquer the influence of desire and anger. So Lord is not partial. It's not that some devotee is 20 years and another devotee after 20 years. Both are advancing separately. So why they are advancing separately? Everything depends on practical performance of duty in Krishna consciousness. Which is in every respect help one to control. So basically, how much one has practically performed duties in Krishna consciousness. जैसे कंपनी में भी जाएंगे तो it's not that everyone gets the same promotion. How much one has sacrificed for one's project, and then many deadlines he has satisfied. Deadline से पहले कार्य करके दे दिया है and boss को satisfy किया है. So then its whole accumulates and then he is given promotion. So here also, simply being in Krishna consciousness does not advance, but one has to practically execute that activity in that consciousness. And one who stands fast in Krishna consciousness, controlling the above mentioned passion, remains factually in the transcendental stage Brahma Nirvana. The eightfold yoga mysticism is automatically practiced. Automatically, just see, automatically practicing Krishna consciousness because the ultimate purpose is served. देखो प्रभुपाद जी ने ये भी बोल दिया कि ब्रह्म निर्वाण भी मिल जाएगा आपको, यानी ज्ञान वाला भी मिल जाएगा, और अष्टांग योग को भी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. There is a gradual process of elevation in the practice of yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, dhyana, dhyan, samadhi, but these only preface perfection by devotional service, which alone can award peace to the human being. It is the highest perfection of life. So Prabhupada is saying you are going to attain the same elevation as you are going to get it through Ashtanga Yoga. Same. But these only preface perfection by devotional service. Basically, these are not the ultimate perfection. Preface. These are in the when somebody advances, so he will understand that my senses are getting controlled. I am able to experience the Lord, and later he will be able to see the Lord. The same thing will come what he is attaining in this Ashtanga Yoga. This verse explains the yoga. Okay, okay, done. Hare Krishna. Any question? So we have completed 5th chapter successfully.
So, Prabhuji,
हाँ बोलिए.
Prabhuji, we have discussed.
नहीं चल रहा है. हाँ बोलिए. I will speak.
Prabhuji, we have discussed that Gyan Marg. So how is it related to this part of the
Ashtanga.
Yeah, I mean, this is Nishnam Karmi Yoga. The first 6 chapters are about Karmi. So he related it with all these chapters.
Correct. So we discussed that karma cannot take you directly fully to that. We said that karma niskam karma yoga is this much part, then it goes jnana marg or bhakti marg. Correct? We saw that in the chart. Now see, in bhakti marg you never stop doing karma. Means you always do some activity for the Lord. Always do some activity. In jnana marg also activities are there. Just now we saw that doing welfare work for others. Means he becomes Jivan Mukta and moving here and there. But he's not doing his regular job, not earning money, not maintaining family. He is basically doing spiritual work. So that work will be there always. That work nobody is stopping here. So in Bhakti Marg also sannyasis are engaged in preaching work. In Gyan Marg also, you see the people are doing Sarva Bhuta Hite Rata, just doing the good activity for the all the living entities. So it began with giving up your result. It began with that, Niskam Karma. But later what happened, you are not worried only about result. You are fully submerged in consciousness of Paramatma in Gyan Marg. There is no question of result only. रिजल्ट का पहली बात कब का छूट गया, अभी अलग ही थॉट प्रोसेस है. You have even come over the stage of seeing gold and stone. You are not seeing them also. उसके ऊपर है आपका स्टेज. So then result is already gone long before. So Niskam Karma Yoga, through that we have attained these stages, and then through Gyan Sadhana we went ahead and Brahma Mukti and then Paramatma Gyan, like that. But the work is still there. They are doing some service to the Lord and service to the people is there. So Niskam Karma Yoga, almost it has gone behind, वो निकल गया. मतलब ही क्या, निष्काम कर्म योग means don't expect to enjoy your fruits of action. निष्काम, काम रहित वर्क करो, that is निष्काम. Now already he has given up, and he has given up all his material desires, mental desires for enjoyment, everything has given up, and he has realized I am a Brahman, and then I have a supreme Brahman also there, and I have to just simply meditate upon him, and I want to go and merge into Brahman. And with this understanding, he is preaching also, he is helping people. तो ऐसा है. So therefore Arjuna, how long he has to continue this Niskam Karma Yoga? Basically, he has to fight without expecting result. And he has to meditate on the Lord in the sense, Krishna is not expecting him to practice Ashtanga Yoga on the battlefield. Neither is expecting him to become a Gyan Yogi also. उनको बोल रहे हैं कि तुम भाई, you work with my remembrance. Don't become attached to result. Correct? And if you are working with that, you will attain that stage of Atma Suddhi. Atma Suddhi हो जाएगा आपको. और फिर आगे जाके राधा कृष्ण तो उनको भक्ति कराना चाहते हैं. Therefore, भगवद गीता के first 6 chapter is not the again ultimate. Next chapter 7 to 12 is full bhakti yoga. And then later again, Krishna wants to tell Arjuna that sometimes people in devotional service they become relaxed. तो उनको ज्ञान बताना भी जरूरी है कि मटेरियल कितना डेंजर है. So be conscious of this world also and don't take it cheaply. So Gyan Marg, he says the Gyan Sadhana, Gyan Marg, he gives you 13 to 18 chapter. So it may look confusing because any yoga process cannot be completed unless there is a mixture of bhakti. So therefore you will find bhakti everywhere. In first 6 chapter में bhakti मिलेगा, बीच में तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा और लास्ट में मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. And what is the Ashtanga Yoga portion? What is only one chapter? And where is the Ashtanga Yoga in whole Bhagavad Gita? Karma, Bhakti, Jnana. Where is the Ashtanga Yoga? It's only a method, tool. So Brahmavadi could have attained through this also. No need to go to Ashtanga Yoga. अपने आप ब्राह्मण से ये ज्ञान मार्ग से भी पहुंच जाएगा वो. जरूरत नहीं है कि अष्टांग को करना है, लेकिन उसका कुछ प्रोसेस अपनाएगा वो. मेडिटेशन वाला प्रोसेस ही विल टेक इट. एंड भक्ति योगा ओके, कोई इशू नहीं है उसको. तो वो तो पूरा अपना भक्ति चैंटिंग हियरिंग करके निकल जाएगा. Ashtanga yogi, if he wants, this person wants that no, I want to take up Ashtanga marg after Niskam Karma Yoga, so then he has to take Ashtanga marg and then he has to continue and realize the Paramatma through Ashtanga marg. Otherwise, Jnana marg. So understanding now, you are working in family, then it is said don't become attached to result. But when you are working in Krishna consciousness, then your thinking will be different. How I have to spread Krishna consciousness. उस समय ये थोड़ी थॉट रहेगा, अरे फैमिली को लिए भी करना नहीं, वो निकल गया पहले ही, ऑलरेडी निकल गया. So that is निष्काम कर्म योग. निष्काम कर्म योग is till that point when you are bound with your duties in the world. When you are already beyond duties, already you practice sadhana so strongly that you are not aware of the modes also. Modes भी आपको affect नहीं कर रहा है. Then you are not worried about निष्काम कर्म. You are only worried about परमात्मा and आत्मा बस. अंतः सुखी, अंदर सुख चाहिए, बाहर नहीं चाहिए. So that is why Niskam karma is not for beginning till end. It is till one point it will bring you. Then after that you have to go ahead. Acha, now Arjuna, his question. So Krishna wants to elongate this process of Niskam Karma Yoga till he gets Atma Suddhi and understand I am a Brahman, basically I am a Atma. Huh? And Krishna does not say that you right now you are a family man, you are doing your duty, and now you are saying I want to become sannyasi. This is the wrong thing. Continue Niskam Karma Yoga till the time you realize I am Atma. You are predominantly in mode of goodness with Vidya. And then later you may take to Vanprastha order. And then वानप्रस्थ ऑर्डर को लेने के बाद और साधना करो, उपनिषद जानो और फिर ऊपर आगे जाओ. That's what Pandavas did also. When Krishna left, so they attained the Banprastha order and then they left to the spiritual world. So till the time they are in this world and having family, they cannot take to Gyan Sadhana. कैसे लेगा ज्ञान साधना? मुश्किल है. He has to take to Banprastha. He has to go to at least some seclusion and practice in Gyan Sadhana. He has to free from his regular duty of the world. Then it is possible. Okay, any question? Correct, na? Online? No question. Okay. Chalo, Hare Krishna. So we'll again meet next Saturday.
Prabhuji, next week are we having classes because we have this GSNS camp, na? So maybe we may not have offline, but I think only online maybe.
GSNS cannot come in between our class.
Yeah, offline I'm saying.
Offline matlab?
मतलब in person. BVRV में क्योंकि rooms will be there or.
Okay, place I have to search. You are saying place will be busy.
Yes. हाँ.
We will discuss. अच्छा, ठीक है. But anyway, you are all. Who is the GS here?
नहीं GS नहीं है.
All are NS.
आप preacher रहेंगे मैं भी GS में.
GS हम लोग भी कहाँ अभी गौरांग सभा हमारा हो गया ना अभी हम किधर है?
Preacher.
NS क्या है? Don't worry about other smaller yoga. Now we are discussing now Ashtanga yoga.
I have some sevas in that, so one day only.
Again, I would say all the devotees, do not do anything just with your mind. Your course is more important than your other seva, your counselor meetings. See, you decide what is more important. When you just, for family people, I will just ask you a question. When your children are studying in school and then your some function comes, will you give up your studies and go to that function telling no child come? You just material study के लिए आप लोग इतने हो. And when it comes to courses, we want to roam everywhere in the world. ऐसा कैसे? So why we want to do such seva? You give up that seva. Who has told you to? You just tell Bhakti Shastri going on. Why? How can I do my seva? Simple.
Yeah. I'll be attending class, but offline I'm asking because again I have to come back to home and attend.
General saying for
Saying.
see, course is course. It's not a lecture. It's a course. Means you are entitled to give your exams, and exams should only be given after studying. And studying के लिए then we should have teacher, we should have student interaction, we should have reading of some syllabus in some particular environment, some ambience. Everything should be there. And in between, whatever comes, you have to reject actually, which is most important. I am not saying chanting to reject. Morning program is intact. Your lecture in temple also intact. Now, any other seva is not so much important than this course. Again, I am not the best teacher. I am not the prime teacher. But again, I am saying the course, according to the course decorum, it has to be given respect. All other seva, we may have some previous connection with this counselor, that even counselor meeting is also not important, because counselor should not put his class in this class. You should tell your counselor.
No. I'm not. My counseling meeting is not at this time.
But anyway,
It is at our home. It is at our home in the evening.
in general, again I am saying counselor meeting should
And
not.
since it was an option of online, offline both, therefore I chose for online today. If it would have been a mandatory offline only, I would have surely come and attended offline only. There's no problem in that. Hare Krishna.
I think Prabhuji has left. We can also leave.
Yeah, BVRV, I think that correction is
Mhm.
gone. Okay.